Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Carol Lotz, and it is my joy to be here with you this morning. Reverend Bonnie is having a wonderful Sunday off in a way, and we are just so thankful that you're here. So why don't we stand and join our voices for the congregational hymn. And so we take this feeling of love and depth and beginnings as we enter into the new year. And we know that the blessings of this past year stay with us as we look forward to all that is to come in the new year. And that we know that with each waking moment, we have choice in how to be, in how to do life, in how to create anew. And it is with this knowing and with this powerful teaching that we just feel honored and blessed and grateful to be here in this way. And so it is in this deep place of connecting to that spiritual love that we remember who we really are, and we wake up to this idea that we are all that we need to be. It is within us as we remember. And it is in the stillness that we remember who we are. Love, peace, joy, wisdom. And it is with full intention that as we wake up our eyes and we open our eyes and we wake up to the knowing that we carry this person that we remember, the spirit that we remember, through our open-eyed state, through our life, through our day, through our moments, and through our love. For we get to be here. And what a blessing that is. And so I say thank you, God, for this opportunity to celebrate love here, now. And so it is. This is a song about thinking anew. Every morning, the sun keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. All that I thought and the way I was taught stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. And yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be.
I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. All that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. In yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away.
Wow. Whew. Now I get to speak. Yes. I am a brand new minister. I was licensed this summer, but I'm not brand new to Science of Mind. I walked through that door 21 years ago. I sat in the last row, ready to bolt. I've been a seeker my entire life. I always wanted to understand life, God, people, love, sadness, upset, joy. Ever since I was young, I remember having that longing for understanding. And when I walked in here in the last row and I sat there ready to bolt, ready to run, I had no idea that I was running towards ministry. I thought I'd be running in the street screaming, "This isn't for me either." But I ran towards becoming a minister. And I stand before you humbled and crazy because ministry is an interesting life. It's an interesting life because, wow. But first of all, I want to thank Reverend Bonnie for this opportunity because being home, you are my home, you are my family, you are where I learned and where I was taught by, and that we have this relationship. It's home. And there's nothing like home. There's no place like home, and it's really true. And I'm working at other churches, I'm singing at other churches, and I'm all over the place, but when I come home, there is this feeling of, oh, I'm with the people that I love the most. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for doing your work, because we're here to work on ourselves. We're here to learn about ourselves and to grow, and that's one thing that resonated so much with me when I walked in those doors 21 years ago, is that we know, and a big part of what drew me here was to understand that God was only love. And as God being only love, that is a little tricky, because then we need to look at ourselves. Because there's a lot of things that looks like non-love out in the world. And a lot of things that could easily stray us towards fear, or to stray us towards, why would God do this? Many people get angry with God this time of year. But it's not God. It's us. And that's something that ministerial school really brought home to me, because I want to share with you one of the most profound lessons I've learned. And I've learned a lot. But one of the most profound lessons I've learned came from a metaphysical Bible class. And as religious scientists, we don't really follow the Bible as the Word of God, but we appreciate the Bible as a library of stories, of unfolding consciousness that we are all a part of. There are places in the Bible that that I don't really understand, and that's okay. But what I do know is that it's a valuable book and that it has a lot of love and truth and wisdom in it. And it's up to us to connect to that because it is the same. So this class that I took, the very first class, Metaphysical Bible, our professor put us in a circle and said, this is how we're going to start this whole class. I want to know how you feel about the Bible. And a lot of people felt separate from it. There was a lot of energy on it, and everybody just spoke their truth about the Bible into the circle. And I heard things like, it's judgmental, punishing, withholding, dark, evil, hurtful, powerful, loving. The Jesus part everyone loves. The early part is a little confusing. And boy, they didn't hold anything back. And I participated. It was my class. I had to say what I thought. And I did. And I was curious because the teacher was taking notes. I'm like, that's weird. Why is he writing down what we're saying? So after we all got done spewing our energy about what we thought the Bible was, he said, now we're going to do that again. And you're going to say, I am those things. I am withholding. I am punishing. I am judgmental. I see all of this hatred, but it comes from my consciousness, and that is the truth for all of us. And that is something that I love about this philosophy and this spirituality. We own our stuff, so we don't have to get mad at God. It's kind of like for those of us who have children, it's such an unconditional love that no matter what they did, no matter what they said, no matter how they behaved, no matter how long they went away, there's nothing that my children could do that would make me not love them. And that's how I feel God feels about us. There isn't anything. We can be gone for years. We can be angry. We can blame him. We can have judgments, opinions. We always do. It fills our minds with joy somehow because we all do it. But it's not about what we're judging. It's not about who we're judging. It's not about what we think we know about them. I am those things. I am what I'm thinking about someone else. But the good news is today we're going to talk about how good God is. And how amazing it is that we can have a new opportunity every day to think differently. This is a thinking philosophy. We know that our thoughts are creative. We know that we bring into our world what we focus on. By people, places, and things show up to reflect back to us something we need to know about us. Because as much as we like to make it about the world, it's really all about us. And so I am inspired, especially this time of year, in between the holidays, there's that gap of possibility. Christmas is over, it was lovely. Love family, love grandchildren, decorations, lights, bling, 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 gifts, love, giving, receiving, it's all so beautiful. And then there's the new year, where we can bring the past into the new year if we choose. Or we can make a brand new year, and intention is powerful. I know that when I wake up in the morning and I set an intention, my day goes much better than when I just become whichever way the wind blows me, right? So it's really important to set an intention and then to lift up somehow. And we get to do that because we take responsibility for our thoughts, for our beliefs, for how our life shows up the way that it does. There isn't anybody doing anything to us. It's through us. And there isn't anyone who can hurt you without your agreement. There isn't anybody who can upset you without you making them worthy enough to upset you. In that moment, in that day, in that week, in that month, in that year, and you can hold on as long as you want to. We all have that gift. How many people have been holding a grudge for a couple years now? Oh. We all have that power, and we use it. So I want to move us to action somehow. Because, you heard the saying, life is a verb, love is a verb. Absolutely everything is a verb. It's what we do, and we're going to talk about today doing and being. But the title of my talk is, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. And what that is saying to me is that wherever we hold ourselves, life meets us there. Love meets us there. God meets us there. So when we have an opportunity to lift up within ourselves somehow and be different somehow, our life shows up and meets us where we've done our work. So say you have all kinds of affirmations going on about how life isn't working very well. Life meets you there, and you have less opportunities. You're shrinking into a small possibility, and kind of negative thinking kind of shrinks your reality a little bit. But then when you lift up, you do something, you think something different, you believe something different, you put your attention on something different, life shows up differently, and all of a sudden there's an opportunity that would not have showed up if you didn't do your work. So that's the beauty of what we do here, is we work on ourselves. My kids love that part, because a lot of it is what they need to do. No, I do it too. I work on myself, and it's so amazing to have you show up here and want to listen to me talk to you, because it's pretty special. So I'm looking out here going, wow, thank you so much for being here. It's just such a privilege. I can't even, wow. So my list of verbs. You ready to hear some? Maybe something will resonate with you. To do something in order to be different. So here's the list that I made just out of the top of my head. Breathe. Listen. Move, trust, let go, walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking. Think a higher thought. Forgive. Ding. Love yourself better. Pray. Give. Dream, believe, create something beautiful. So many of us have so much that wants to come through us. But I know for me, it had to be perfect first in my mind before I can get anything here. And that would never happen. And I have a very wise family member who happens to be here. It's my sister Gordy. And my children's book that I wrote, it wasn't perfect in my mind. It wasn't perfect. For a long time, it still isn't perfect. She said, get it here. Roll it out. Then perfect it. So what's trying to come through you? What is the action that is trying to come through you? It's here now. If I waited for it to be perfect, it would have never arrived. Thank you, Gordy. Give thanks. See, I get so excited, I start going off in other directions, but I'm back to my list. Write. How many of you have a book in you that hasn't come forth yet? Meditate. Wake up. Pay attention. Love somebody differently. Be mindful. Be kind. That's it. I know there's more. But that's all I came up with. Did anything resonate? A couple things? So in life meeting us where we're at, we don't have to do anything alone. I didn't write my children's book alone. It came through me. That's why I can't take credit for it. It should say the author is God. But it says Carol Lotz. But the author is God. The voice singing up here is God's. I get to appreciate God through my gifts. And we get to appreciate each other through the gifts that we've been given. So move into greater life. You have to do it. You have to do it. We are co-creating our lives. God has a part and we have a part. Otherwise, we would just be walking programs of something that is telling us what to think, how to think, what to do, what to be, where to go, who to love. But it's not so. What is so is that we make choices in our life. We create. We have a big part of why things are the way they are. And if we could do all of that, we can change anything. But it's work. It's looking at ourselves. It's going, okay, I really want to do something wonderful. But I need to think my way into that place. You need to change your mind, and the work is to keep it changed. It's easy to change your mind. How easy it to keep it there. Does anybody get distracted like me? Just keep it changed. Keep going back. Oh yeah, I'm deciding to be kinder. I need to be kinder to people I don't know. Kinder to people I know. Maybe that's what I pick, this gap. Maybe I pick to be kinder or to be more loving. So I'm going to make that choice, and then I'm going to keep focusing on it, because many, many times our whole life can be completely different if we just looked over there instead of over here. It just is that small of a shift. Just over here. But do we go there? No. We stay over here in the comfortable unhappiness that somehow needs to be uncomfortable. And that's the fun part of being a minister. I get to help you be uncomfortable so you can move to greater life. That's fun. That's fun for me. I enjoy that. And it's just a powerful thing to support people into greater life, because we're so accepting of mediocre. So accepting of mediocre. Oh, I'll see the glory in everyone else. That's not me. I'm not enough. I can't do that. I can't write a book. But when you realize it's not you, the author is God, you can do anything. And you are supported by this incredible grace that never leaves you, this incredible love that is constantly with you and saying a silent yes, doesn't want to overpower your yes, because you're the one who needs to do the work, and God knows that. Like a good parent, you don't do everything for your kid. You let them grow in the confidence that they need to do life. So the supportive power and grace that loves us so much it could never not love us is there. And I have a story. And it's my story. And it was beautiful. I have a few stories, but this is the one that comes to me to share with you. I work in Redondo Beach on Sunday mornings, and I work with children a lot. Oh, I love children. Oh my gosh, they're so true and honest and in the moment. They're wonderful teachers for us on how to be. I want to share with you this one thing. Many professionals were asking children, what's love? And out of the 100 that I read, this was my favorite. And I'll just share this one with you from a child. What is love? Love is what's in the room with you at Christmas if you stop opening your presents and just listen. That's God. That's sweet. That's love. A 7-year-old boy wrote that. They're conscious. They're awake. They know that there isn't anything they can't have. They move towards their greatness. Look at what I can do. Look at what I can do. Look at what I can do. They know who they are. We forget. So the story is about a hummingbird that flew into the classroom. And the classroom has a tall ceiling, and it's triangular, and it has many colored stained glass windows. It's a beautiful room. But some of the windows open, some of them do not. And that particular morning, we had one of the smaller windows open, and a hummingbird flew in. And at first, we were like, wow, this is amazing. A hummingbird's in here. And then we're like, oh my God, a hummingbird's in here. We have to do something. So what do? We run for the broom. We run for the step stool. We're going to save it. We're going to fix it. We're going to take care of it. We're going to keep it alive. We're going to give it whatever it needs. None of it worked. None of it worked. And so what happened was, when we turned on the light, the hummingbird went to the light, which all nature does. It always moves towards the light. Whether it's a sunflower or a hummingbird, whatever it is, it moves towards the light. We can learn from nature too. And we turned off the light and it went towards the windows. So we're like, okay, we can assist it, but we cannot do it for it. We can assist it. So we assisted it, but the windows, most of them were shut, and we couldn't open them. And the ones that opened were this wide, and we were getting concerned, and it was getting fatigued, and it was spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning in exhaustion. And okay, now we're getting concerned. The broom isn't helping. Oh, how do you use a broom to get a hummingbird out in a little tiny window? But there's something in us that just has to do something, right? Well, this was an opportunity to just be. So I told the children in the classroom, we need to settle down. We need to know that that very thing that is within us that knows what to do is in that little hummingbird. And that let's just say a prayer for it to be guided out. So the kids did that. They're so cute. Their prayers are so adorable. And so we just kind of had a silent moment. It still wasn't getting out. It rested on a beam where we couldn't see it. So I walked over to the window, and to my amazement, and it brought me to tears, there was a hummingbird on the other side, outside. And this hummingbird would meet the fatigued hummingbird in the wrong place and then gently lead it to where it needed to be. Which blew my mind because hummingbirds are solo birds. They're kind of aggressive with other birds. They don't hang out in flocks or whatever the word would be for many of them. They are lone birds. So it kept meeting it where it wasn't supposed to be to guide it to one of the little windows in between many other ones that was open this much. And we kept watching it 10 times, at least 10 times. The tired hummingbird just couldn't make it to the open window. It just couldn't. And the guide would keep meeting it and taking it, meeting it and taking it, meeting it and taking it. And then as soon as I turned my back, one of the little boys in the class said, "It got out!" What? Of course it did. There is invisible guidance for all of us everywhere. And God doesn't discriminate with size. The consciousness of these birds came together and guided it out the window. And to me, that's a beautiful story, because how many of us, I know in my life, there have been places in my life where I have spun at the wrong window that didn't open, spun at the wrong window that I could not see freedom. I could not be in the freedom I was seeking because I was fatigued. Fatigued with the same story going on and on and on and on and on. And it was the wrong window, the wrong story. So what is required for freedom? Besides acknowledging and tuning into the guidance that we always have, that at this time showed up as a little hummingbird to save the day. It is to lift up somewhere, to move somewhere in our thinking, to let go of unworthiness, to move towards your greatness. Because you have a partner. You have an unlimited partner that loves you and wants you to celebrate and be all that you can be. And love yourself, which is the first place to begin. Maybe that's on there. Is that on there? Love yourself better. Create something beautiful. Think a higher thought. Love yourself better. Maybe that's it. Maybe loving yourself better. What does that mean? That means you're going to do something to be something different. To be different in life. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, in closing this up, I have all these notes and I never use them because they take me away from you. And it's just so beautiful to be so present and look in your faces and see the love that you are. I'm so completely blessed by your presence here this morning. I can't even speak. Well, yes, I can. So I would like to propose that this year we're walking away from the old stuff, looking over here instead of over here. knowing that we are met there by the greatest love. We can't even describe this love. Who can describe God? I don't have the words. Many people try. Many people limit God by their own consciousness. But again, it's not God, it's us. That was the lesson, ministerial lesson. It's not you, it's me. It's not the Bible, it's the I am. So maybe this year we can have a New Year's evolution instead of a resolution, because we can evolve ourselves by lifting, by taking some kind of action, by moving somewhere within ourselves. We know how and what needs to happen. We have awareness. We have clues. We have people in our lives who tell us how we need to be better, right? We get help. We get a lot of help. I get a lot of help. He's right there. Anyway, so a New Year's evolution, because when we be something different, life just naturally comes in differently. Because I know every time I had a resolution, I set myself up for some sadness and failure. But when I evolve myself by changing my thoughts, changing my mind, and then keeping it changed until it becomes a part of my consciousness, that's evolving. And whenever I evolve, whenever I become more comfortable as a better person, is that right? No. As a more awake person, as a more loving person, as a kinder person, as a clued in person, as a giving person, whenever I feel those things, I feel better and my life gets better. Holding on tight to anything just creates a very small world. So let go of that and move into being, evolving, a New Year's evolution. What would that be? Pick a God quality: love, kindness, joy, wisdom, power, grace, and find a way to marinate in that within you in such a way that you become different and your life becomes different. Move, walk away, be. Get it here, whatever your gift is, because God's the author, and it meets you where you are. So where are you? So I'm going to close this with a practical application, because I like practical application. I love tools. I love help. So here's some help. If you're stuck in something unwanted, give it a temporary color. Temporary color, because you do not want to have this keep recurring in your life. Something you're stuck in, give it a color. Give it the energy of a color. Pick a God quality that you would like more of, or a healing to take place. So you assign a color to the wanted, and you assign a temporary color to the unwanted. And through imagery, through closing your eyes and imagining these two colors, one over here, and they merge, and they slowly come together. And the wanted color, say, I want more love in my life, and I'm going to give that pink. And I had an argument with someone, and I'm going to give that a temporary color of dark blue. So dark blue is here, pink is here. And so I'm going to imagine, and I'm going to see in my mind that the pink is overpowering the blue. And before you know it, the pink takes over the blue. And the wanted feeling is all that there is, because the energy of color is powerful. I was told, a voice spoke to me, I swear. A voice spoke to me and told me when I was grieving one of my pets, I was crying for 3 weeks every day, and a voice said, breathe into a color. And that's how I started, really, really being with color and the energy of color to heal things. I'll have a workshop coming up. I don't know when, but it's coming. All about color healing and connecting. But anyway, so the color, the energy of the color, and before you know it, you feel better and it's gone. And this voice that told me to breathe into a color, I imagined the pillow I was crying in to be a beautiful purple mist and light. And I was so enveloped in the love that was there that I couldn't cry anymore. And it was just so powerful for me that I want to share that gift. And so use color in your life. If you want more abundance, wear green. You want more love, pick a color. And it's the meaning that you give it. It's not second-hand healing. It's your healing, so you pick. Make it meaningful for you. So with that being said, I hope you use that and explore the world of color. And it's so interesting how all these coloring books are coming up and all of this healing and stress relief is coming through coloring. So please, the world is colorful. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And we get to be here. We get to be here. We don't have to be here. We get to be here. One little word changes everything. So bless your hearts for getting here this morning. I'm so grateful. And let us pray. So knowing that right here and right now, God is all there is. This love, this peace, this joy, this wisdom. And we feel this love in this sanctuary. We feel it in our own being. We feel it in our hearts and our minds, and we see it in each other. The love that's here. And we know that we connect to this place of power and grace that is a part of us. For we couldn't be separate. It is who we are. It is what we know. It is what we become more and more aware of. And so I know that this New Year's Eve and this intention set for the evolving consciousness of 2016 is incredibly powerful for all of us. For as we move into greater life, greater being, greater knowing, greater thought, greater becoming, we know that love is the only thing between our souls. And so I know and I bless and I declare for all of us that we are brand new here this day, that we move into a higher way to be, a higher way to move, a higher way to become more and more of who we are. And I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the joy. And so I just say thank you, God, for this opportunity to be here in this way, to be with you and to love you and to know what home really means. Love, family, like-minded, joy. And in that, thank you, God. I lift us all. And I let this prayer go, knowing that it is multiplied and knowing that it ripples out into beautiful and magical ways, because that's what life is. And I let it be and I let it go, and so it is. Amen. I am so blessed.
Welcome to the planet. Welcome to existence. We're all here. We're all here. Everybody's watching you now. Everybody waits for you now. What happens next? What happens next? I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to lift yourself up in your thoughts. I dare you to move. I dare you to move like today never happened. Today never happened before. Welcome to the fallout. Welcome to resistance. The tension is here. The tension is here between who you are and who you could be. Between how it is and how it should be. Yeah. I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to lift yourself up off the floor. I dare you to move. I dare you to move like today never happened. Today never happened. Maybe redemption has stories to tell. Maybe forgiveness is right where you fell. Where do you run to escape from yourself? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to lift yourself up on the floor. I dare you to move. I dare you to move like today never happened. Today never happened. Today never happened. Today never happened.